Quick message before we begin. This routine has been adapted for a home workout environment as the gyms in the UK are still not open. So apologies for the vast amount of kitchen workouts. I'm also going to be moving through these exercises pretty fast as there's quite a lot to get through and you lot don't want to be watching a 30-minute video. I'll put full details of each day's exercises in the description for those who are interested in reps and set details. Other than that, enjoy the video and let's get started with Monday's routine. Monday would usually be my pull day if the gym were open. However, due to the lack of equipment, I've replaced it with a vertical push day, concentrating on handstand press-ups and other more advanced vertical pressing exercises. As you've just seen, I like to warm up before this session by doing some stretches on the shoulders and the back, as well as the hamstrings. I also warm up the shoulders by doing pike press-ups on the floor and on the parallettes. Moving outside, I hit my sets of handstand push-ups on both the floor and the parallettes, really focusing on maintaining balance and control for each rep. Personally, I find the floor reps to be much harder, probably because I'm more confident on the parallettes, but comment below what you find easier. As one of my goals is to achieve a perfect form 90-degree handstand rep, negative reps are really great to help isolate that transition between the handstand and the bent arm planche. Also throw in some attempts of a full rep, which I can currently complete, but we're not the best form. So pike press up to handstand is next. This is one of my favourite exercises as it really focuses on the vertical pushing element and the balance on the way up. Other exercises like wall assisted handstand push-ups completely isolate the strength force of the exercise by taking out the unstableness of a freestanding handstand, making more reps easier. However, at this point fatigue is really starting to kick in, so I finish the day off with the final sets of elevated pike press-ups, bringing Monday to a close. Overall, I completed 7 exercises in around about an hour and 30 minutes. Tuesday is my floor skills day, with the main focus on the planche and its various progressions. I warm up with both front and side splits, as being at maximum mobility helps me keep perfect form throughout the session. Moving on to some tuck and advanced tuck holds to fully warm up the core and arms before moving on to a full straddle planche workout. This segment's pretty intense and it includes straddle planche press and straddle planche holds until failure, with the overall aim of increasing my endurance while in the straddle planche and upping the number of straddle planche press reps. For those who may be still learning the straddle planche, I highly recommend using resistance bands to support you while you build your strength up. Usually a black or red band will be enough to help put you in the position long enough to start building your initial endurance. Full planche progressions are next, which include exercises like full planche kickouts and maximum planche leans. At the moment, I'm not strong enough to hold my weight in a full planche position, mainly because of the extra distance you need to lean forward when compared to the straddle planche. As I mentioned earlier, I probably should throw in some band assisted holds now, just to increase that time under tension. Negative half lay planche focuses more on control and shifting the body weight from the handstand to the planche. It's one of the best if you're looking to improve your pressing strength. As I need to improve my leaning distance, using a wall to support a planche lean can really help. As you can see from this clip, I'm measuring up the distance by putting the parallettes at my centre of gravity. This means if my nose touches the wall while in the lean, I'm leaning far enough. And as you can see, I've still got a fair distance to go. Finishing off the night with some V-sit max holds on the parallettes, floor and straight bar, which brings Tuesday to a close with 9 different exercises completed in around about 2 hours. Wednesday is bar statics, so I like to focus on getting my core and shoulders really warmed up as I'll be performing both front and back lever holds. I do this by completing some hollow body holds and a small core blast with exercises like toe touches. Moving right into band assisted front lever holds. I use the light red band and aim to hold for at least 10 seconds for each set. You can also change up the support style using the band by wrapping it around your feet as shown here. Personally, I think it gives you a slightly more assistance. I finish off the band assisted holds by using the single side of the red band before moving on to a negative rep portion of the session. For my negatives, I like to keep the reps low but as controlled as possible, usually sticking to about 2 to 3 reps per set. Once I start to fatigue on the full negatives, I move on to the straddle negative with the same slow and controlled rep style. With unassisted front lever, I aim to hold until failure and then go into a half lay hold followed by a press, really aiming to get as much time and tension as possible. I finish off the first portion of this session with some tuck row sets with a target of building up to full front lever rows in the future. The back lever portion of this session is mainly maximum time holds and presses for reps. I can already back lever pretty comfortably, so it's probably a good time for me to start adding extra weight or trying to work towards that one arm back lever hold. As I was feeling strong on this particular day, I threw in some straight bar bent arm planche holds. If I was feeling fatigued, I can leave these out and go right into the final exercise of Wednesday's session, dragon flags. I still think these are one of the best exercises to build overall core strength for most calisthenic static holds. That being said, I completed 10 exercises in about an hour and 40 minutes. Thursday is probably the most changed day when compared to my original routine. Without the use of gymnastics rings, I've been focusing my push days more towards push-up power. I complete a 100 push-up circuit, splitting the reps into 10 sets of 10. However, I make each set a different type of push-up. For example, my first set may be wide push-ups, the second one could be clapping push-ups, and the third one could be diamond push-ups. I make sure I complete all 10 reps of each set up to 100 and then repeat the circuit for 2 to 3 rounds. If I want to add extra difficulty to the circuit, I would wear the weighted vest for the first round, which is plus 15 kilo. This makes up a large portion of this day's exercises, and depending on how I'm feeling, can be enough to cover the whole session. However, that rarely happens, so after this circuit I move on to parallel bar dips. Again, a weighted vest can be added or a weighted belt to increase the difficulty. Rotating the parallel bars around to make a straight bar is another way to change up your standard dips. I find the straight bar dips require more control and are a great progression exercise for the muscle up. I smash out some sets of tuck planche press ups to finish Thursday off with 13 different exercises including the press up variations in around about an hour and 20 minutes. Compression and handstands are probably my favourite area of calisthenics, so Friday is usually the longest session of the week. Therefore we're going to speed through these exercises really quickly, but again, full details in the description below. My warm up consists of 3 main exercises: a full stretch including the splits, sets of compression leans on both the floor and parralettes, and negative handstand press with the aim on control and compression. Moving into my compression exercises, I start with handstand press on both the floor and parralettes to make sure I'm building strength on both surface types before hitting pike press reps. These are fairly difficult, so I make sure each rep is controlled and perfect form. Here is a better view of how I aim to maintain that perfect stacking of the hands, shoulders, hips and toes while pressing up to the handstand position. And of course plenty of failed reps too. Now that them sets are completed, I'll slap on the 2.5 kg ankle weights for some heavy compression training. I'll complete all the exercises I mentioned before, but this time with an extra 2.5 kg on each leg. This is where the compression gets very challenging, especially on the handstand press reps. These weighted reps start to fatigue you very quickly, so having a longer rest between sets helps keep each rep in clean form. Still trying to get that weighted pike press though. I like to throw in some weighted V-sit holds just before I take off the ankle weights and move on to pike press for reps. The goal with this exercise is to complete as many pike press reps as possible before burnout, with the aim on increasing endurance while completing multiple presses back to back. My current personal best is 8 reps before failure. I throw in some V-sits to handstand next, but at this point I'm starting to feel the fatigue kick in, so some of the reps are quite challenging. For the last sets of exercises, I like to use the high Parralettes to compress up to an L-sit handstand and hold for as long as possible, with a controlled descent back down, which then brings Friday to a close. I completed 11 exercises in about 2.5 hours. Saturday is my rest day, where I take the time to rest up and recover from the week of training. I may throw in some light stretches during the day if I feel like it, but I'm mostly chilling out, ready for the last day of the week. Saving the best till last, Sundays are for legs. I like to focus on power and explosive exercises during my leg days, and I've adapted them as best as I could to a home workout environment. I warm up with sets of burpees and 30-second high knee intervals before going straight into pistol squats. These are one of my favourite exercises for legs, as they require control, balance and power, which help work multiple leg muscles. Plyometric jumps are another great exercise to work on explosive power and jump height. You can also throw in some box jumps if you have the platforms to do so. Up next are Bulgarian split squats, which I just use a home chair to assist me. I also throw on the 15 kg weighted vest to increase the difficulty and repeat the sets again. Leaving the weighted vest on, I complete standard squats, aiming to be as controlled and slow while coming down and explosive while coming up. Without the use of gym equipment or weights, I found that doing more sets with less rest between them is a great way to increase the intensity of my leg workouts. The last exercise of this session is weighted plyometric jumps to use the last bit of energy before moving in front of the fire for a Sunday night stretch. Overall, I completed 8 exercises in about an hour and 20 minutes. Hopefully the gyms remain open past the 12th of April. But anyways, that's the end of the week and the end of the video. I hope I was able to show you just how many calisthenics exercises you can complete at home. Drop the video a like and subscribe for more calisthenics content.